Hello everyone, you are welcome back to another tutorial. If it's your first time here, hi, I'm so glad you're here. Please do stick around. And today we're going to learn how to make this beaded round bag. This design is so beautiful and so easy to make. And this tutorial is for those who have never attempted this design before. So let's learn how to make it together. Let's go. For this project, you need some beads. I have my multicolored sugar bead here in size 10 millimeters. You will also need your fishing line. Today we'll be using 0.70 millimeters. You will also need a pair of round iron handles. This is what they look like. And lastly, your scissors. That is all we will need for this. Now let's get to work. To start, cut out some line that will be comfortable for you to work with. Now we're going to start working on the facing of this bag, and this facing has 6 steps in total. So let's get started with the first step. On the left hand side, we're going to start with 6 beads. Once that's done, you draw down 5 beads and cross both ends of your line into the last one. Draw that all the way down, and this right here is your first ring. To continue, this time on the left hand side we're going to add 3 beads, while on the right hand side we add 2 beads. So let's do that. On the left 3 beads and on the right 2 beads. But now we're going to cross both ends of our line into the last one added on the right. Okay, just like this. Draw that all the way down, and now we have done our second ring. To continue, repeat the same step we just did right now, okay? On the left, 3 beads, and on the right, 2 beads. Then we'll cross both ends of our line into the last one added on the right. Draw that all the way down. Make sure your work is super tight. Now we have our third ring. So yeah, as simple as this step goes, on the left 3 beads, on the right 2 beads. We're gonna keep up with it until we get to 5 rings in total, okay? We have done 3 rings so far. We're gonna keep this going until we get to 5 rings, okay? So let's meet right there at the 5th ring. Let's go. I'm here now at the 5th ring. Let's do a recount. And here we have 5 rings in total. It's now time to complete the last ever ring on this first step. So this time around, I'm going to add 1 bead on the right hand side of my line first. Once that is done, I want you to look closely right now at that bead right there facing where we are, okay? This bead right here. We're going to pass the right hand side of our line through that bead. Tighten your work. Then on the left hand side of the line, I will add 3 beads. Then I'll drag down 2 and cross both ends of my line into the last one added. Don't forget to draw your work very tightly. And now we are done with the first step of the facing of our bag. This is what it looks like. So we just finished 1 step out of 6 steps. That means we have 5 more steps to go, okay? Let us now proceed to the second step. So the right hand side will go into that next bead right there I'm pointing at. Pass your line through it. Then on the left hand side, we're going to add 4 beads. Then we cross both ends of our line into the last one added. Draw that tightly, and now we have the first ring on the second step. If you look closely and count the beads right there, you count about 6 beads in total in that ring, okay? So yeah, I want you to take note of the 6 beads right there in that ring. To continue, the right hand side will go into that next bead right there. Then on the left hand side, I will add 3 beads and cross both ends of my line into the last one added. Keep tugging at your work very tightly. And now we have the second ring on the second step. Now if you count this one, you're going to count about 5 beads in total in that ring, but the previous one was 6 beads in total. Now you may wonder, why are they different? Well, That is because the pattern we're going to keep up with now on this second step would be 6 5 6 5 all through the step. Okay, we have done 6, we have done 5. What's the next thing? 6. So this time around, the right hand side of our line will go through those two beads right there, those two beads. So let's do that. Then on the left hand side, I will add 3 beads and cross into the last one added. Make sure your work is tight. And now we have the third ring on the second step. So we just finished doing a pattern of 6 rings. We have done 6, we have done 5, we just did 6. So the next one is 5. The right hand side will go into just one bead this time, okay? Just one bead. And on the left, we add 3 beads and cross into the last one. Alright, so we just finished doing 5. The next one is what? 6. So this time the right hand side will go into 2 beads. And on the left hand side we add 3 beads and cross into the last one. Let's keep going. The next one is a pattern of 5 beads. So this time the right hand side will go into just 1 bead. And on the left hand side we add 3 beads and cross into the last one. And we're done with that. So yeah, this is what we're going to keep repeating until we get all around this. Okay, keep up with the pattern of 6 5 6 5 until you get to like the last ever set all the way down. So let's meet there. Let's go. I'm here now at the last set, and as you can see, I have gone into 2 beads. That means I'm supposed to work on the pattern of 6 beads now. So on the left hand side I will add 3 beads and cross into the last one added. Alright, I'm done with that. I am now at the last ever set right here. Note that the previous pattern we just worked on was a pattern of 6. That means the next one will be what? A pattern of 5. And when working on a pattern of 5, we usually go into just 1 bead, right? But look closely now, we have 2 beads left there. So we're just going to pass the right hand side of our line through those last 2 beads there, okay? But this time on the left hand side, I will add just 2 beads to make it 5. Then we cross both ends of our line into the last one, and that would complete the second step of the facing of our bag. Alright, so we have completed 2 steps out of 6 steps. That means we have 4 more to go. Now I want you to notice the pattern we have been doing. The first one was a pattern of 6 6 all through. The second step was a pattern of 6 5 6 5. Now the step we're going to work on will be a pattern of 4 beads all through. And to do that, on the left hand side we're going to start with 3 beads. Then we cross both ends of our line into the last one added. Once that is done, the right hand side would go into the next bead, and on the left hand side we add 2 beads and cross into the last one added. Let's do that again. Right hand side would go into the next bead, and on the left hand side we add 2 beads and cross into the last one. So we're going to keep up with this pattern of 2 beads until we get all around this. But let's meet all the way down, okay? Let's stop right here at the second to the last one, because the last one will be different. Let's go. I have beaded all around this, and I'm right here at the second to the last one. So let's complete it together. On the left I add 2 beads and cross into the last one added. And now at this final ring right here on this third step, this time around the right hand side of the line would go into these 2 beads, because this part right here is a dead end. So we're going to pass our line through those 2 beads right there. Then we'll take just 1 bead to close the gap. And now we are done with the third step of our bag. We have done 3 steps out of 6 steps. So how many is left? 3. Let us then continue to the 4th step. And if you can recall the patterns, the first step was what? A pattern of 6 all through. Second step was a pattern of 6 5, and the third step was a pattern of 4. Now the 4th step will be a pattern of 5 beads all through. To start the 4th step, on the left hand side we start with 4 beads. Then we cross both ends of our line into the last one added. Make sure your work is super tight, okay? And now we have the first ring on the 4th step, and if you count it, you count about 5 beads in total in that ring. continue, the right hand side will go into the next bead, and on the left hand side we add 3 beads this time, okay? Then we cross both ends of our line into the last one added. To continue, let's do the same thing. The right hand side would go into the next bead there, and on the left hand side we add 3 beads and cross into the last one. Do not forget to tighten your work, okay? So yeah, we're gonna keep up with this pattern now. On the left, 3 beads and cross into the last one. Let's keep this going until we get all around this, but let's stop at the second to the last ring right there, okay? Let's go. I have beaded all around this and I'm right here at the second to the last one. So let's complete it together as usual. The right hand side would go into the next bead, and on the left hand side we add 3 beads and cross into the last one. We are now at this final ring, so as usual it is a dead end. The right hand side of our line would then go into those 2 beads right there, okay? Pass your line through them. Then on the left hand side we'll add 2 beads and cross into the last one. And finally we're done with the 4th step. Alright, let's keep going. We're almost done. We have 2 steps left out of 6. And now the 5th step will be a pattern of 6 all through. And to do that, firstly the right hand side would go into the next bead right there. And on the left hand side we're going to add 4 beads. Then we cross both ends of our line into the last one. To continue, the right hand side would go into the next 2 beads, okay? Those 2 beads right there. And on the left hand side we add 3 beads and cross both ends of our line into the last one. Let's do that again. Right hand side will go into the next 2 beads, and on the left hand side we add 3 beads and cross into the last one. And now we have done 3 rings so far. Let us then keep up with this simple routine until we get all the way to the last set. Let's go. I have beaded all around this and I am here at the last ever set, that is the last 4 beads there. So let's complete it together. The right hand side will go into the next 2 beads, and on the left hand side we add 3 beads and cross into the last one. We're now at this final set, so the right hand side will go into 3 beads this time, okay? These 2 beads, then that bead right there at the side, because this is a dead end. Then on the left hand side we'll add just 2 beads. Then we'll cross both ends of the line into the last one added. And finally we are done with the 5th step. That means we have just 1 more step to go, okay? Now let's finish that up. And this step will be just a pattern of 4 beads. To do that, on the left hand side we're going to start with 3 beads. Then we cross into the last one. To continue, the right hand side would go into the next bead, and on the left hand side we add 2 beads. Let us keep up with this pattern of 2 beads until we get all around as usual. Then we meet at the last ever ring. Let's go. I'm at the second to the last one now. Let's finish it up together. On the left I add 2 beads and cross into the last one. Now time to finish up the 6th step of our bag finally. So the right hand side will go into the next 2 beads right there, the last ring and the one on the side. Then we take 1 more bead to close that up. And now we are done with the 6th step of our bag, and we have completed the first facing of our bag. This is what we have. From here on, let's pass around our line to end it. Let's do that. I'm done with that, and this is what we have. This is what yours should look like as well. It is now time to create the sides of our bag. Now I want you to notice the pattern on the edges of this facing, okay? If you look closely, you'll see how the patterns are grouped in pairs, 2 in each spot, all around the facing. But where exactly will the side of our bag start from? Let's pick just one random pair. Let's start from this pair right here. I'm going to start from the second of the pair. I won't go into the first one, okay? Let's cut out some line. Then we're going to pass it through the second of the pair. Draw out your line. Make sure it is of equal length. Then on the left hand side, we're going to start with 3 beads. Then we cross into the last one. And make sure it sits up like this. To continue, the right hand side would go into the next bead, and on the left hand side we add 2 beads and cross into the last one. So yeah, this is our normal pattern of 2 beads. Okay, let's keep this going until we get all around this facing. Well, I don't know exactly where we'll stop now. When we get there, I'll let you know. Let's go. So I have beaded all around this facing. I have kept up with my pattern of 2 beads. Now I'm all the way here. But then, how would you be able to locate this part on your own? Let's go back to where we started from, okay? So that we would know how many beads we have to leave out there. So let's go back to where we started from. That is the second of the pair. So from there, I will count the first of the pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this 12th one right here is like the pair we're going to stop at. Like we did earlier, I didn't go into the first of the pair. I'm gonna go into the second of the pair now. So the right hand side will go into this next way. I hope this whole explanation is not confusing to you. So because I want to start a new row, I will then add 2 beads on the right hand side of my line instead of the left, and I cross into the last one added. So this will take me over to the other side of my work. Okay, I hope this was very clear to you. If you do not understand, please play back the explanation so that you would understand better. So this is what we have. Now let's recount the beads to know exactly how many beads we need to leave out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So the 12 beads serves as the opening in between our bag, okay? I hope that is clear. Now let's proceed to create a new row. On the left hand side of our line, we're going to start with 3 beads. Then we cross both ends of our line into the last one added. To continue, the right hand side would go into the next bead, and on the left hand side we add 2 beads and cross into the last one. Let's do that again. Right hand side goes into the next bead, and on the left hand side we add 2 beads and cross into the last one. So let's keep up with this pattern of 2 beads until we get all the way down, and let's stop at the last ever one together. Let's go. I'm here now. Let's complete it together. On the left we add 2 beads and cross into the last one. So we are done building the row of this. So from here on, let us pass around our line to end it. Let's go. I'm done with that, and here is what we have. So we are done with one side of our bag. It is now time to add our iron handles to our facing. So what do we do right now? Firstly, we have to pick a spot where our handle will be placed. To do that, from the edge right there, I'm going to count 3 beads inwards. 1, 2, and 3. So this third ring right here, this spot would hold one side of our handle. We'll repeat the same thing on the other side, 1, 2, 3, and this will hold the other side of the handle as well. Then you're gonna cut out some line. Let's pick that spot again, 1, 2, 3. We're then going to start from the left hand side of that ring, okay? Pass your line through that bead right there. Draw out your line. Then on the left hand side, you're going to start with 3 beads. Then you cross into the last one added. To continue, the right hand side would go into the next bead there, still in that spot we picked out, okay? That bead right there I'm pointing at. Then we'll take our iron handle and place it just right in the middle of those 2 beads, okay? Just like this. Then on the left hand side of the line, we're going to add 2 beads to make it secure. Add 2 beads and cross into the last one added. And this is what we'll have. Let's continue. The right hand side will then go into the next bead right there, still in that spot, okay? Pass your line through it. And on the left hand side, we're going to add 2 beads and cross into the last one. We are now at the final bead on this spot. So the right hand side of the line would go into this bead and this other one on the side, because this is a dead end, okay? So we're going to pass our line through those two beads. Then we'll take one more bead to close that up. Now we are done clipping one side of our handle. This is what it looks like so far. But we're not done. We still have to secure the upper part of it so that it won't loosen. So we're just gonna pass our line through those beads there to make sure it's very tight, just like this. And we're done with that. Also tug at it very tightly. And this is what we'll have. So that's it. Let us then pass around our line to end it, okay? Let's go. And I'm done with mine. This is what it looks like. So yeah, simple and straightforward as this process goes. You're going to repeat it to the other spot as well. Remember, if you want to locate it, it's 3 bits inwards, and that part is where the next one will be placed. So I will leave you to do that on your own, okay? I'm done, and now our handle has been properly clipped. This is what yours should look like as well. You then want to repeat everything we have done. Create another side, making it 2 in total. It is now time to join both sides to make it a whole bag. This is like the final part of the bag making process. We'll start by cutting out some line, but first let's lift up our work and make sure both sides are properly aligned. Then we're gonna take one bead and pass through our line. Let us then lift up our work. We'll pass both ends of our line through those beads right there. The one on the right will go to the one on the right, and the one on the left will go to the one on the left. Then we'll take one more bead to close that up. To continue, both sides of the line will go through the next beads, the one on the right to the right, and the one on the left to the left. Then we'll take one more bead to close that up. Let's do that again together. The one on the right to the one on the right, and the one on the left to the left. Then we take one more bead to close that up. So as simple as this process goes, let's keep it going until we get all the way down all around our bag, okay, till it's properly joined. So let's do that. I have beaded all the way around this, and I am right here at the last ever ring. So let's complete it. Both sides of the line will go through the next bead, the one on the right to the right, and the one on the left to the left. And we take one more bead to close that up. Now we're done joining. Let us then pass around our line to end it. And finally, we are done with our bag. This is so beautiful. I really love how this turned out, especially with the color of beads. I think the multicolored beads made it pop more. The process of making this bag was very simple, don't you think? And it's super beginner friendly as well. Well, I hope you find this tutorial helpful. Please also share this with your friends that would love to learn how to make a beaded round bag as well. And I'll see you all in my next tutorial. Goodbye.